We live.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Had some technical difficulties here. Alrighty. Give everybody a minute to come back on here. Come on back in the new room. Apparently, we had to make a new room. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. I'm gonna give everybody a few minutes to get over here, y'all. So.
One time. Yeah. 3 times. 4 times. Doing gang things. Living super clean. That done came up. Can't control us. 1 time for the men doing cane things. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my folk that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control us. 1 time for the men doing cane things. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my folk that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control us. Look at you done came up now. Get it how you live, mess the game up now. Ain't messing with yoga, but get the flame up. Hey, used to be Toby, but got your name back now. I see ya, paid under pressure. 25 lighters, got them all on the dresser. If it ain't for you, ain't for you. All right, y'all. So sorry about the interruption. Shalom and shalom. We are back again. It's your favorite housewife, Miss Mono. Oh, by the way, like Shabbat Shalom if you're on the lunar, and let's see. No, we got a couple more minutes here on the East Coast. If you're on the West Coast, I know the sun has not even began to go down yet. So Shabbat Shalom to you. I hope you prepared accordingly and that you are able to enjoy your Sabbath. Okay, so listen, this is where I was going with this. All right, let's get into it. Divine Lee, shalom. Thank you for joining me. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, IG, anywhere you are, give me a like, follow, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Help me get out my shadow band, y'all. When you see my posts, like them, share them, put them on your story, all that good stuff. Thank y'all so much in advance. I appreciate you for the support. Now, okay, why Boaz don't want your ass? We're gonna start all over. Reset. This week and probably next week too. I think this is gonna take 2 weeks. We're gonna talk about health, hygiene, and wellness. And I mean from head to toe. We're gonna start with our hair. We're gonna go inside, outside, all that good stuff. We're gonna talk about our surroundings and everything else. Because what you have to understand is as a single woman, you are presenting not just yourself, but also your contributions as much as you can in your appearance. Like, if you can't take care of yourself, why would any decent man trust you to take care of his children? If you can't seem to keep your 1-bedroom apartment clean, why would any man think that he's going to put you in a 5-bedroom house and you're going to be able to keep that clean? And please, let me tell y'all something. Full-time staff is not as cheap as you think it is, because trust me, I would have it. Okay? I would have it. I would have it. All right. So please understand something. Unless you walk into a situation with a man that already has those kind of resources, then, you go, girl. But for the majority of us who are first generation entrepreneurs, first generation business owners, you're going to like build up to that kind of lifestyle. And it's going to take a while. Okay. I mean, listen, I'm thankful for where we at now that I can afford to go get cleaning supplies, whatever I want, and the fancy stuff. Okay, I got the little scrubber thingy for the tub that's automated. You plug it in and it charges and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful for that, because I remember when it was like, yo, can we just grab something from the dollar store, some comment or something? Okay, so there's progress, you know what I mean? But things still have to be done. So where you are now is going to show him, like, do you even have the potential to grow with me? All right. So let's start with our hair.
y'all hair gets off of odor. I don't know if y'all know that. Like, okay, yeah, we don't wash our hair every day, but ma'am, sis, cousin, some of y'all don't wash our hair every month. Now, before I went totally natural, every 2 weeks for me, I was washing my hair because my scalp is oily. Um, with curly hair, right? Makes no sense. But my scalp is oily, so every 2 weeks I wash my hair. I can tell when I don't. Like if for some reason I just don't make it, I can tell. I can smell it. My head, my sweat, a lot of my scalp, I can tell. And I know other people can tell too. Okay. And unfortunately, with the phenomena of I don't want to call it a phenomenon, but the um occurrence, it's like it's become so common for women to wear wigs and weaves and all kind of stuff in their hair these days, right? And I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say it. If you don't have the money to maintain that stuff the way it needs to be maintained, then you can't afford to do that. Ain't nothing wrong with getting braids, but you paying $300-$400 for a unit, 200, however many dollars for your hair to be done under there, braided down. Well, I hope it's not costing $200 for a braid down. I don't know. I don't know what y'all out here doing. Okay. But I mean, I saw this, the thing with the micro links with the tape, and they wanted $1,500 for that. $1,500 for these little pieces of tape that stick in your hair. And they were saying like, oh, it'll match your curly texture. But I already know that that's a lie. So you're going to leave this hair out on the top. Why? So I could be walking around looking crazy? I don't think so. But anyway, what I'm saying is like, get something that you can afford to maintain. Do that. That shows responsibility. That shows, thoughtfulness and stuff like that, instead of like spending all this money for your hair to only look good for like 1 or 2 days. I never really understood that, among other things about the whole wig thing. But you know, um, that's an important part of taking care of yourself. Okay, so let's keep our hair clean. Let's keep that smelling good. Now let's go down to our face. We're not going to deal with our mental health just yet. That deserves some time and attention. But let's keep, working on our physical. Um, wow, I'm gonna tell you, like, I used to be a surgical tech. And during my tenure as a surgical tech, I served a variety of populations, low income, well off. I worked in a hospital. I worked at the Ben Massell Clinic, which is a clinic for what they call indigents, or people who are like homeless, don't have access to healthcare, stuff like that. Okay. So I've seen different groups of people up close and personal, because as let me explain. I worked in a private practice for an oral surgeon. So a lot of times I'm the first point of contact once they make it past the front desk. I come in first for the consult. I take their medical history, review the questionnaire with them, get them ready for the doctor to come in. Okay. So I'm knowing these people on a level more more personal than a regular person. Okay. And I will say that it amazes me the amount of people that like don't wash their face, don't wash their ears, dare I say it, don't brush their teeth. That your face is your first impression. Like when someone looks at you, that's how they judge you. And I like y'all be getting y'all face done and not washing your face for like 2 or 3 days. Why are we doing that? That is disgusting. That's nasty. That is nasty. Like, do y'all know that there are mites on your eyelashes? And if you don't keep them clean, they will grow. Like, there's all kind of bacteria, bugs, all kind of stuff breeding on your skin and on your body. And when you're not only are you not washing your face, but you have product on there that you don't know where it's been, what it's come in contact with. Pretty sure that, the makeup brushes and everything else weren't sterilized. when you went and got your face beat. So now you're just playing with a dangerous cocktail of microorganisms and you aren't even paying that any attention. We A child doesn't know any better. Okay? And again, if you're trying to be a wife, be a mother, your habits will be the habits that any man will assume will be taught to his child. And you think men can't tell when you not as clean? You think these men not checking for stuff? They got sisters and aunties and moms that's putting them up on game, letting them know what a woman's supposed to do, not supposed to do. He been checking your ears, behind your ear, all that good stuff. Listen, smells. Okay. I don't know what else to say. Just smells. And I'm a big smell person. Like I'm totally into like perfumes, like plant-based soaps. I have them all over my bathroom. I do the Epsom, the scented Epsom. Like if it has a pleasant smell, I want it around me. I love smells. Okay. So, and okay, let me go with the smells and then I'm gonna go back to why I have this issue. But so when something does not smell right, it is alarming to me. It is it's extra offensive to me. Okay, now let me explain why I'm like this. My mother was a stickler about hygiene. I mean, listen, we could be no, not could be. She's done this to me multiple times. Walking through the mall parking lot, minding my business, thinking I'm just enjoying my day. And all of a sudden, I'm jacked up against the car with my arm up and she sniffing my underarms. Talking about, is that you smelling like that? My mother would do this to me. She didn't care who was around. She didn't care where we were because her thing was do not embarrass her by walking out her house stinking. Like you couldn't even come and eat at my mother's house before you took care of your personal hygiene. You get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you wash your face. If you need a shower, you take a shower before you walk past the bathroom, making your way to the kitchen. And she did not play about that. She did not care who it was or what they was doing. Don't come to her kitchen before you stop in that bathroom. And I'm not mad at that. Like I was kind of like that with my kids until I got married. And my husband was like, but I don't like to brush my teeth before I eat breakfast. Now, me, I have to brush my teeth before I eat breakfast. That's just the way I came up. Like, I just cannot, I can't, unless it's just like I'm not feeling good or something like that. I'm really not trying to brush my teeth. But I mean, I'm really not trying to eat breakfast before I brush my teeth. Okay. So, but growing up like that, um, it makes me very conscious of those things on the people around me. Okay. So I'm not the only one that grew up like this. You know what I'm saying? Because my mother didn't just do it to me, she did it to my brother too. And so my brother he's still a man, but he's on, he's more conscious of his hygiene than I think the average man is. Because of that, like when you grow up knowing that at any moment you could be snatched up and made to go take a shower, made to go wash yourself, made to do whatever, then you start to become extra aware of that. Like that's part of your, normal thought. And it's to the point even now, like if I smell something, I'm like, wait a minute, is it me? Let me make sure it's not me. I don't want no trouble, you know? And these are the things that we have to pay attention to because men can smell you too. They smell you. They may not tell you, but they smell you. So you need to start checking yourself. Um, I know that there are some mental health issues that sometimes keep people from dealing with their hygiene. And I know people love to say that, like, well, I was depressed and I was this and I was that. And please understand, like, I don't take mental health issues lightly. I totally understand. how a person being depressed can lead them to neglect their hygiene. Like, you just don't even have the energy to care about it. I understand that. Okay. But that, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about y'all that's walking around here just fine, just fine and regular. Um, living your life, going about your business, working your job and everything else, and you just continue to neglect your hygiene and then wonder why nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to be around you. You're not, your smell is not pleasant, and that is offensive, and nobody wants to be around that. Ladies, we have to do better. We have to do better. Like, I listen, and I'm trying to be as sensitive about the situation as I possibly can, but I really feel like this needs to be discussed. Because a lot, listen, apparently mothers is not passing this message down, or we just not getting it. Okay. And we need to get ourselves together in this area. Ladies, um, go to the OBGYN. Get get yourself checked out. Get your feminine parts checked out. If something doesn't seem right, it's probably not right. You can't just keep you can't just keep um you can't just keep going on about your business and ignoring the signs and signals that your body is giving you. Okay. If something does not smell right, then it's probably not right and you need to go get it checked out. If you don't have a doctor, there's Planned Parenthood. And I know everybody's like, oh, Planned Parenthood is the devil. Yes. But if you need help, you can get free help. I mean, I'd rather you do that than to mess up yourself internally. Infections, yeast infections, STDs in particular, STDs can lead to infertility, you guys. I don't know if y'all understand how serious it is. You might be like, oh, well, it burned when I pee a little bit. You need to go get that checked out. You need to go get that looked at. Like, it's something yellow, greenish. You need to go get that checked out, love. Immediately. Please go get that checked out. And I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm trying to help. Okay. Ladies, we have, our women's issues. You need to be sure that you're being clean about that. Um, I've been reading and seeing articles lately where there are some women who are not even trying to use products for that time of the month. That is not sanitary. Okay. One thing I've discovered with keeping the law and reading the word is there's always a natural reason behind something the Most High was doing. Okay. So us being separated during that time and being labeled unclean, there's natural great explanations for that, right? But we've been so conditioned that, oh, that's old timey, we don't need to do that anymore, that's oppressive, that we don't take a look at what's going on with us and get the kind of care that we need. Some of y'all need to stay at home during that time. That's not oppression, that's attending to your body. Like, some of y'all need to get attention for that. And let me say this to y'all, okay? Pray about everything. Yes, pray, always pray, please. But go to the doctor as well. Okay? Irregularity in your cycle is not common. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, every little thing now you run into the doctor about it, because all they're going to do is start pumping you up with medicines. You already know that. Okay. But if there is something wrong that is concerning you, do not ignore that. Black women, we are dying preventable deaths because we won't get a regular checkup. We won't get our physicals. We won't get our exams. We won't get our pap smears for whatever reason. Okay. But again, even if you got to go to your community health center, For the most part, they provide those services and they'll adjust it to your income, and sometimes they'll do it for free. But please, like, I just had to go for a colonoscopy a couple of weeks ago, and the nurse told me, like, hey, colon cancer is 100% preventable. There are other issues that could be preventable, or that the damage can be minimalized if it's caught early. But you can't ignore it. If you keep having these horrible cramps, don't ignore it. If it's affecting your life, the quality of your life, do not ignore that. You should not be paralyzed a week out of every month. You shouldn't. You should not. Adrian Pinkney, shalom, sis. Thank you for joining me. You should not be paralyzed a week out of every month. You should not be flowing 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks at a time. That's not healthy. A lot of our problems do come from our diet, ladies, and we just have to accept that. We have to accept that. When we are eating meat, when we are eating eggs, when we are consuming dairy products, you're adding hormones from this animal to your hormones already. I don't know, they don't explain it to us, and then they try to give you this jargon that, oh, we do this, or we treat it like that, or this is hormone free. But think about it. Milk is the secretion from the cow's mammary gland meant to support and grow a calf from however small they are when they're born to however big they are when they're grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how long a calf nurses, but good night. Like, they're big anyway. All right. So now they can't undo the chemical makeup of the cow's milk. They can't undo that. So these biological factors are in the milk regardless. And you are taking this milk in. We don't realize how much our hormones affect our entire body. When we are usually taught about estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, we're only taught about them in relation to sex, biology, and creating a baby. But these hormones will affect your entire being. A lot of women have increased anxiety during menopause. I deal with that. I'm in perimenopause. I'm telling you, sometimes it's like, just lock me in a room because, all right, it's a journey to deal with this stuff. Start paying attention to how you feel when you eat. If your stomach is upset after you eat something, examine that and stop eating it. I know a lot of y'all don't like water for whatever reason. I cannot understand the was not excursion, but like, I just don't understand why people don't like to drink water. It's delicious. Fiji is my favorite. I used to like Aquafina, not so much anymore. But anyway, y'all not drinking enough water. Really, husband? Thank you. No, for real. I can admit that. And that makes me, honestly, it makes me even more upset about this whole feminist movement and trying to convince women that we equal to men. That's not true. Man, I'm going through something right now. Like, hello. We have different stuff that we deal with, and we have to stop acting like that's not true. We have to stop acting like our hormones are not fluctuating up and down throughout the month. Stop it. You're not emotionally stable. And that's okay. That's why women go through 50 different emotions in a day. You ask a woman, well, how was your day? I got something to say regardless. You ask a man, how was his day? Fine. The heck you mean fine? It was fine. My husband do me like that. It was fine. I went. I hate asking him to tell me a story because he never tells a story like you need it told. It's like, I walked in, they said hi, I said hi, and we left. That's it. You've been gone for 3 hours and that's it. I hate when he tells story. But anyway, I digress. Essential water. Oh, essential. Yes, I love that water too. Okay, but yeah, back to y'all not drinking enough water. We're not drinking enough water. We're not drinking enough teas. We're drinking way too many sodas, way too many juices, way too much sugar. That stuff starts to affect you. Ladies, you're eating a lot of meat, not enough vegetables. That stuff gives you a body odor. You don't need all the Summer's Eve vaginal wash, honey pot, this. You don't need that. Stop putting these rocks in y'all hoo-hoo. Stop with the yoni, all that. You don't need that. If you would just live the way the Most High intended for you to live and listen to the body that he gave you to live in, you would be a lot better off. You know, you would think that spearmint tea. Oh yeah, I've heard that peppermint tea. Oh, I love that from my stomach. Peppermint tea, spearmint tea. If you have digestive issues, that stuff is amazing. Where was I at? Oh, if you and listen to your body, you'll be fine. But the problem is, instead of us, like when you experience a pain, you don't try to find a source of the pain. You just look to mask the pain so you can keep going. And that's not cool. We need to find out what's the source of the pain. Is this something that we can do something about, or is medicine necessary? You know, I would never say that medicine isn't necessary. I don't like pain. Okay. I do not like pain. All right. So listen, I'm the first one. Like, listen, can I get some help over here? All right. I walked in the hospital asking for an epidural. I don't like pain. So I'm not saying that medicine is not necessary, but what I'm saying is let's try to get to the bottom of it. Let's try to find out why. Because if you go to the doctor, you know, sometimes they try to find out why, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's just like, okay, let's try this and see what happens. No, let's try that and see what happens. Like, we live in a day and time where we have information at our fingertips. We carry around computers in our hand. You carry most of all of the world's available information in your hand, but we won't use it. We got to stop being like that. Let's start taking care of ourselves, getting into our health, paying attention to your digestive system. Listen, my husband makes fun of me about this to this day, but I have stomach issues. I have for a long time. But while I was living with my mom and my mom was cooking my meals every day, I was pretty good. I was straight. Like, my mom always cooked vegetables. Like, she kept plenty of veggies in our diet. Okay, so I didn't really have a lot of problems. 'Twas not until I started going to school and going to work and never being home to eat a home cooked meal that I started having issues, ended up in the hospital with IBS, like, and it still affects me to this day. Okay. So I'm not telling you nothing I haven't lived through. Look, I love ice cream. Y'all don't even know. I love ice cream. All right. But the effects to my stomach make me stay away from it. And what you have to realize is you might be like, all right, well, I'm going to eat this, you know, real quick, even though it's not good for me, but it has effects throughout your body. Okay. Yeah. It may be hurting your stomach, but it may also be causing you to break out. You know, you might just think, oh, it's just a little stomach ache and I'll deal with it, but it could be causing you joint pain. You know, it's so much other stuff that we just don't know. So if for any reason my body is not agreeing with something, all right, I'm gonna make a note to stay away from this. And I try to incorporate as many vegetables into everything as I can. And this is another reason why I encourage y'all to grow your own food. Bell peppers, squash, zucchini, grow your own herbs because they make food taste so wonderful. And you will end up using a lot less salt and seasoning salt when you start using herbs and stuff with your food. Trust me, okay? And the taste will be like amazing. All right. Listen, I'm all over cilantro right now. Like, I'm putting it on everything I can get my hands on. It's amazing. So I definitely want to suggest that to y'all. And again, this is going to help with some of those underlying health issues. A lot of our health issues are because of what we consume, because of what we eat. We eating too much meat and we're eating too much sugar, and we have to stop. Y'all, you have to stop. And it's just really heartbreaking to me to see so many of my sisters turn into witchcraft trying to solve an issue that maybe if you would just stop, take care of yourself, you wouldn't have this going on. um Listen, I have been called crazy. I have been told that I shower too much. And I'll take that L. I'll take that. I've been known to take 3 showers a day. It can happen, especially this time of year. I live in Georgia. Okay. It's currently 90 some degrees and it's 8:55 at night. All right. So it gets hot here. And I cannot stand to be sweaty. Like, and then I get cold. So no, I'm usually always in the shower in the summertime. Okay. But I will say this. Showering should be a daily occurrence, y'all. It should be. And I know in this day and time we like to stay away from absolute statements. But I'm gonna make this an absolute statement and say that showering should be something that we should be doing daily. Water and soap together in unison should be covering your body and then be being rinsed off daily, if not twice daily. Especially in this, I mean, what do you call it? A pandemic, an endemic, or whatever. After, I'm trying to think of a word so I don't get dinged. They already got me shadow banned. But after, that situation came through and wrecked everybody, I would think that you would care more about your hygiene. But it seems to me that people are caring less about their hygiene. Every day I see a new video reminding me how disgusting some people are. But please, keep you I don't understand how you walk out the house. And listen, when I say not doing your best, I don't mean all dolled up, okay? Because I will get up barefaced and run to Kroger, whatever. But what I won't do is get up and not brush my teeth, not wash my face, not try to do something with my hair before I run to Kroger. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing wrong with not wearing makeup, keeping it at a minimum, whatever. Do your thing. Whatever makes you feel beautiful or whatever. But to just neglect yourself at all, like, y'all not even putting on lipstick out here. Right. We digress. Y'all, I mean, not lipstick, chapstick. Y'all wouldn't even slap some Vaseline on your lips. You're just going out here ashy. Stop. We have to represent ourselves better. I mean, you represent the Most High first, period. And then you're presenting yourself to possibly be someone's wife. You're asking for the privilege of representing this man in the public, representing this man and his family in the public, because you're taking on his name. You're taking his name. He's not taking yours. You represent him. He's not representing you. They call you Mrs. his last name, not Mrs. your last name. So, you out here presenting yourself. You say you want a decent man. You say you want a good man. You say you want a man who's going to lead, who's going to provide, who's going to protect. Requirements come with that. And chief of those requirements is that you at least know how to take care of yourself and your surroundings. I don't know how you conduct your life. That's your business. But when he comes to your house, when he gets in your car, he is catching a glimpse of your future. Okay. And I know what you're going to say. Well, nobody expects a girl to have a clean car. Okay, maybe. But it should not be a refrigerator's worth of food in your backseat. It should not be to the point where nobody can see the floor. It just shouldn't. There's no reason for it to be that dirty. I don't care how old it is, how new it is. Now, look, y'all decide that I do what I want to do. It's my car. Okay, then ride by yourself in your dirty car then. But if we're saying that we want a certain type of man, then we have to understand that some things are going to come with that. Just like I would hope that you would feel that if somebody comes saying they want to get with you, there's certain requirements that they're going to have before they should even think that you would seriously entertain them. Like, you should carry yourself in such a way that if a man's not up to par, he would know that and he would not even bother to try to step to you. And that don't require a bunch of makeup. That don't require a wig. That don't require a weave. That don't require nothing but you loving yourself. Because when you love yourself, you're not just going to treat yourself any other kind of way, carry yourself, present yourself. You're not just going to do it like nothing. You're going to stop. And because once you understand your value, you're going to stop before you walk out the house in them shorts and say, is this the message that I want to convey? Is this what I want people to think about me? You're going to think twice before you throw that crop top on out here showing your stomach. Is this what I want to do? Is this what I want to say? As much as you want to ignore it, first impressions are everything. You don't always get a second chance. And listen, if you're not looking for a husband, then this message is not for you. Shalom. But if you are looking for a husband and you've actively made this your goal, then you should be expecting this Negro at any moment. Like, every time I step out the house, I would be on point. Not saying dolled up, but presentable. Presentable. You ain't got to be dolled up, but I'm not. All right, I know y'all going to be mad at me for saying this, but I'm going to say it, oh well. If I'm looking for a husband, I'm not walking out the house in a bonnet. I'm not doing it. You are sending the wrong message. I didn't even care enough to do my hair before I came out the house. And see, here's the thing. I know some of y'all feel like because you got the lashes on or because your face beat, then a bonnet is okay. But no matter what, all people see is that bonnet. And you make it even worse having them eyelashes on because that's just ghetto. Big old eyelashes in a bonnet. You might as well just write your phone number on the wall in the bathroom for a good time call, because that's what they gonna think. And I'm sorry that it's that way. I'm sorry that we just can't be ourselves, do what we want to do, and nobody judge you, nobody have any prejudices, but that's just not life. That's just not life. I got up and did my hair a certain way, put my makeup on a certain way, because that is how I want you to see me. This is what I want to present to you. Ma'am, sis, cousin, if you don't even care enough to present yourself no decent kind of way, why should any man take you seriously? And listen to what I'm saying, because a lot of y'all be like, I don't have a problem getting a man. I don't have a problem getting a man. No, you don't have a problem getting the D. You don't have a problem. You don't have a problem. I'm trying to not be, you know what I'm saying, rude or nasty, because I know it's kids listening and stuff like that. You don't have a problem getting temporary pleasures from a man. but you still have anyone to take you seriously. You don't have a problem getting called after the club, but he won't take you nowhere. He'll call you after he finished hanging with his boys, but he has not invited you to hang nowhere with nobody. Yeah, he gonna call you after he go watch the game, but has he invited you to go with him? Natural beauty and modesty as a woman is the best way to live. A bonnet is sleepwear, period. And now listen, to my married sisters, if your husband is okay with that, then that's between y'all. That piece of advice was for single women. You know, it's like, is it that serious? Yes. Yes, it's that. If you say this is what you want, yes, it's that serious. Black women are taught to go after everything but a husband. You're taught to focus on everything but getting a husband. Focus on your education, focus on your career, focus on being an entrepreneur, focus on being a boss, but it's never focus on being a wife. Focus on finding a husband. Pay attention. Nobody ever advises anyone on how to date. So what you have is people out here sleeping with each other, getting their feelings all involved instead of being smart and making conscious decisions. Instead of explaining to women like, no, ma'am, don't just give it up because you are naturally going to have expectations. Instead of explaining all of this, we just got people out here wrecking their lives. No, it needs to be taken seriously. Look at the amount of broken homes in the Black community. Look at the amount of single mother homes in the Black community. It needs to be taken seriously. Not when I first got married, but actually like not too long ago, like it was earlier this year. I had posted something about me being a wife or something like that. And a friend of mine came in my inbox and she was basically saying like, there's so much more to you. Why, being married isn't the only thing. Like that's not a goal, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, if I was a doctor and I was bragging and posting about being a doctor, you would be supporting me in that. But I'm wrong because I'm proud to be a wife. Don't let people fool you into thinking that being a wife is not an accomplishment, that raising a family is not an achievement. It is the greatest achievement. It is the greatest accomplishment. I consider it an honor that I get to sit here and grow and watch my kids grow every day. And no matter what, like I can't forget that I have Black sons out here. And I know what the world got in store for them. So as much as I can, I want to protect them from that right now. And guess what, married women? Part of providing the best for your children is providing the best for your husband. Ma'am, twerk something. Like, what are you doing? Why the animosity? Why the separation? Why the anger? Why the resentment? Like, we got to stop living like that. Because guess what? When your man is in a good mood, you're more likely to be in a good mood, and your family is more likely to be in a good mood. When your husband is doing well, the family does well. We talk about this all the time. Listen, I know that most of us grew up with single moms, right? So you know how it is to live in a house with an angry woman and all that stuff. Like the Bible even says it's better to be like on a corner in a roof than in a house with a contentious woman. Okay. And that is true, trust me. But like second, right after that, have y'all ever been around an angry man? An angry man. Listen, ain't just picture an angry lion, okay? Who wants to contend with that? No one. So please, married sisters, let's try to do all we can to keep the beast in our homes happy. Okay. Now, back to what I was saying. I don't even know why I got off on that. But okay. Listen. there was a time it's been a couple years now where I've been able to go get my nails done whenever I want to. I don't have to ask. I just got to make sure that my husband's going to be here to watch the kids, and I go and I have my little appointment, and that's fine. But there was a time when it was only a special occasion, okay? And then there was a time when I couldn't do it at all. But there would be a time when it was only a special occasion. And guess what? When them things started growing out, I took them off because, okay? Um, Listen, it's not cute, y'all, when y'all got like 5 and 6 weeks worth of new growth under your nails. That's not attractive. That's lazy and trifling. It's like, dang, you don't even care enough. Like another thing my mom was a stickler about was chipped nail polish. She hated that. She better not see some chipped nail polish. Oh my goodness. She gonna hold you down and clean your fingers and your toes. Okay. So like that's something that I look at a lot, right? But even with myself, like sometimes I forget that my 2 weeks is up and it's time for a fill-in. But when I look down and see, all that new growth peeking at me, it's like, oh shoot, let me run to the salon. Listen, you don't have to be able to do everything everybody doing. Okay, sis, so you can't go get your nails done every 2 weeks. Ma'am, sis, cousin, get you some tips and press it on. Or go get you a little cheap acrylic kit from Sally's and learn how to do it yourself. They got all kind of videos on YouTube now. It'll take some practice, but you'll get it. I basically taught myself how to do nails, watching other people, and just kept doing it, kept doing it, kept doing it. There are ways to present yourself the way you want to present yourself until you can afford to have other people do it for you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you can't afford the 36-inch bust down right now. But you know what? You can work them curls. You can get that blow dryer and that flat iron popping. I know it feels hopeless. I know you tired. I know, like, why does it take this much? It just does. This is just where we are. You, I spent like an hour trying to get my hair straight. And no, I'm not talking about after I washed it. I mean, I'm not talking about like taking a braids and stuff. No, I mean like after I washed it and I put the product in it and I was like, all right, what I'm gonna do with it? It took me a whole hour to figure it out. Okay. So trust me, no, this is my reality too. And I'm already trying to think of, all right, how I'm gonna put it up so I can go to sleep. All right. So I'm in the struggle. I feel this why I like getting my hair braided. It's so easy. I don't have to deal with that. So I get it. Kiss press-ons from Walmart, them too. Them too. I hate to say fake it till you make it, but if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. Listen, these tutorials, stop looking at these long product lists on these tutorials because I'm telling you, I know for a fact that they just pile products on trying to get sponsorships, trying to make sure they, you know what I'm saying, get seen. They pop because it's ridiculous. How many primers do you need, ma'am? How many different colors of foundation are you going to put on your face? How many colors of a contour can one person need? So stop feeling like you got to have all that when you can create the same effect for less. I don't snub at e.l.f. I will go to Walmart and pick up an ELF, eyelid face. I will go and pick up an e.l.f. product in a second. That stuff is good. You know what I mean? You got to find what works for you. Now, would I go and use the e.l.f. foundation? No, I would not. I just don't think that they're pigmented for brown skin. So I probably would not. Now, I will spend a couple of bucks on a foundation. But you got to find what works for you. You may find a perfect color foundation, okay? Lip gloss, eyeshadow, mix and match. Everything don't have to come from Nordstrom's. You can have some jeans from Target. You can have some jeans from Macy's. There's a lot to being a woman, and I think we don't realize that. We don't realize, especially for some of us who are maybe a little more blessed than others, good lingerie costs money. And when I'm talking about lingerie, I'm not just talking about, little sexy negligees. I'm talking about a good supportive bra and a good pair of panties. Depending on your size, that stuff can cost money. So I get it. But this is the stuff that's necessary. The investment is to be made on your undergarments, because you can have a good bra, a good girdle on, and get you a dress from Walmart, and it'll look like something, honey. But if you don't have good underwear and you got a dress on from Walmart, child, it's going to look a hot mess. And a lot of us don't learn that. And listen, wearing a good undergarment is not about hiding anything. It's not about, trying to suck in a gut or anything like that. Again, it's about presenting yourself in the best light possible. But we've never really been talked to about how to do it. And we've never really been talked to about what it takes, because we're not shown that. Are the women that are put on pedestals for us to model ourselves after are not wives and mothers. These women are not actively raising families. They're not actively specializing in the care of their home. So we're not taught any of those values. We're just taught what it's supposed, the dramatization, because it's Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion. They're all over exaggerated, over sexualized caricatures. Help me out. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. The pictures that they make that exaggerate your head and stuff, they're those of Black women. And what we have to consider is there are cause of occasions who have never seen a Black person in IRL. They only see them on social media, on TV. So this is their representation. This is what they think Black women are. And we have to stop making that true. We have to stop having that be the case. And I know this won't be the popular message. I know, the world is not going to wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, let's give these Black women a chance. No, we have to, following the laws, statutes, and commandments, and with our faith in Yahweh Shai, we have to come together. The older women, we have to stop being ashamed to take our place as older women. Being older is not a bad thing. It's a blessing. Do you see how young people are dropping dead these days? I just heard about a rapper that just got killed the other day. He couldn't have been more than like 25. No, it's a blessing. Being Black in this country and living to be old, dang near a miracle. So I wear that title proudly. Yes, I've lived long enough. All praises to the Most High. I've lived long enough to be considered older. I got some grays kicking up here. I'm concerned about if the Most High should tarry. I'm concerned about future generations. I'm concerned about your daughters, because my sons are going to be socializing with your daughters. I don't know why, and I've talked about this before, but I don't know why we don't see that picture, how we're all connected. And even if not directly, somehow indirectly, I remember when before I got married, right? But I had my daughters. And sometimes people would ask me to do stuff, and I always would think like, okay, I have kids out here, but I want somebody to help my kid out. But you know what I mean? Like, how would I feel if this was my kid? And that will always, of course, prompt me to help. But we don't think like that for some reason. That everything we do affects something or someone else. Okay, but sorry, let's get back to where we at. Um, Cleanliness from the hair on your head to your ears, your mouth. Oh God, your mouth. Okay, let's go there. Listen, y'all, brushing your teeth is not an option. It is a command. It is a demand. It is a must do. Okay. I have seen the effects of dental negligence, and the people that are in there getting their teeth pulled out are not ever happy about it. And we've worked with people who have been able to afford the best of implants, and even they say that they miss their natural teeth. There's nothing like their natural teeth. And Yahweh willing, I'm trying to keep my teeth for the rest of my life. I like them. I like to eat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to keep mine. Um, so again, this is something that needs to be invested in. Pay for the electric toothbrush. Make sure you change it out every 3 months. Okay? Amazon got subscription services right now, where they will send a toothbrush to your doorstep every 3 months. I mean, this kind of stuff is important. Your teeth, again, that's part of that face. That's part of that first impression. These are first people. I know. I look in people's mouths when I talk to them, especially when I was dating. As soon as you say hi, I'm scanning that mouth. Just from my upbringing and from working as a surgical tech in an oral surgery practice, you just learn to focus on people's teeth. So that's just what I do. Ma'am, sis, cousin, brush your teeth on a regular basis. Every day. Twice a day is optimal. But okay, he was 23. Yeah. Yeah, that's who it was. Jada Youngin. That's the article I was reading. He was only 23. Okay. So yes, living in your 40s, 50s and beyond is a blessing, and I don't take it for granted at all. But yes, let's floss, okay? Let's floss, and then we brush. Here's what I want y'all to do. And I know y'all might be like, oh, that's gross. And honestly, if you've never done it before, you need to do yourself a favor. Floss the back of your teeth. Floss your back teeth, okay? And then smell the floss. And that'll let you know how your breath smells. And you might think like, oh, I'm straight. I brush my teeth. I'm straight. No, ma'am, sis, cousin, you're not fine if you're not flossing. Everything you eat, it gets compressed between your teeth. It gets sent into those spaces between your teeth. You eat meat and you're not flossing for days and weeks and months at a time. That meat is just basically sitting back there rotting in the back of your mouth. I'm not exaggerating. This is how people get cavities. You just leave it back there. You won't floss. You won't brush all the way. You don't just clean the surface of your teeth. You have to clean in between your teeth. You know, one thing that I don't like about a lot of wokeism, especially when it comes to like consumer products, is that they don't always provide a helpful alternative. Okay, like we have mint growing out in our yard. So if I want to right now, and my sons do it all the time when we go out there, they'll grab a couple of mint leaves and chew them, and that's good for your mouth. It's a great natural alternative to mouthwash. But everybody doesn't have access to mint leaves. Some people only have mouthwash, okay? And do the best you can with what you have is what I'm saying. Maybe you can't afford the $30 natural whatever. Get what you can get, but this is something that you need. You need to be able to floss, you need to be able to brush. And if that's not enough, you need to be able to use mouthwash. You can't get some mouthwash, gargle with some salt and water. That'll start cleaning that up. That salt water, that'll clean that up for you. Oil pulling. Oh, tongue scraping. Yes, I have a tongue scraper. I love that thing. Oil pulling too, with coconut oil, gargling with coconut oil, swishing it between your teeth. Like your okay. Your mouth is a dark, damp, and wet environment. Your mouth is open the majority of the time. So everything in the air flows in and out of your mouth. Believe it or not, your private areas, for those of you who keep normal hygiene, is microorganismally cleaner than your mouth. Okay. So this is something that needs to be cleaned all the time. Same thing with your ears. I mean, they're right here. Stuff flows in and out all the time. You walk outside, there's pollen, there's bugs that go in and out of your ear. I don't know if y'all have experienced that, but me being in the garden, a lot of times they'll come right here and leave. Not to mention your ears naturally just produce oil, that yellow sticky wax. Clean out your ears, y'all. Not with a Q-tip. Get a washcloth. Put your finger in the washcloth and stick it in this hole right here. Okay? Whenever you wash your face, you should be washing your ears. That's just the way my mother brought us up. Wash your face, wash your ears. I wash my face. I got a paper towel to dry my face. I use that paper towel to wash my ears. And behind your ear, get all in here. Smells and stuff can live in here. You can grow. I don't know if you've ever like looked at the back of somebody's ear who don't wash their ears, but the skin starts like peeling and getting really nasty and gross because all it moisture gets in here. All these cracks and crevices hold dirt and dust and germs and moisture. And when you're not taking care of it, that stuff is literally just sitting there festering. And you wonder why he won't kiss you again. You wonder why he don't never want to nibble on your ear no more, because it stank. It stank. Listen, do yourself a favor, especially if you don't wash your ears on a regular basis. Wash your ears. I know y'all are going to be like, oh my God, what is she talking about? Listen, take a sniff. Take a sniff. If it does not smell right, that's an indicator of a problem. You could have an infection. And that's why I'm telling you, you need to do this. And this is mainly for those of y'all, and I'm not talking to you, maybe a friend. I know I'm not talking to none of y'all, but maybe somebody that's gonna watch this later. Maybe just coming out of a depression, maybe just coming out of a bad situation, and you need to catch up on your hygiene, or maybe whatever. Maybe you're just coming into some more information and you want to get up to date on that stuff. So that's why I'm being so graphic with this, because we just take it for granted that everybody is taught this growing up. And I have come to find out again via social media that no, everyone is not taught this growing up. Okay, so that's why I'm recommending these things. Like, get familiar with your body, ladies. Get familiar with your breasts. You should be doing your breast self exams every month. I tell my teenagers twice a month so that they can get familiar with their body. Your breast is an area of your body that changes. They get smaller, they get bigger, you get pregnant, you have kids, you go through menopause. All those hormones causes change to that area. So if you're examining them as you should be, then you're familiar with that. Now you know, like, hold on, this doesn't feel right. This is not normal for me. Because what may be a lump to you may not be a lump to someone else. What may be a lump for me may not be a lump for you. So you need to know what this feels like on you normally. Google it. Y'all want more information? Please let me know. This man, let your husband help, it can't get fun. Okay, so married ladies, let your husband help. Get some lotion or something on his hand. But no, that's not a bad idea to have someone else be familiar with it so you can say, hold on, this don't feel right to me. Listen, my husband's my best friend. Like, we do everything together. Everything. I mean, just, certain things I just won't let him be a part of. But for the most part, we do everything together. So I wouldn't find that weird at all. Did you say please clean your navel? It's a part of your body and it was think of unintended. Yes, please clean your navel as well, ladies. So while we're at the breast, let's go right over to those armpits, okay? Not here to debate, hair versus no hair. I personally do not like hair in my armpits. I think it's gross. To me. But whatever you want to do is fine, just as long as you smell good, as long as you're not musty. Um, this is where a shower comes in. I don't recommend whole baths, but if that's all you can get at the time, sure. Um, check yourself, especially on hot days. Ladies, as we get older, our body goes through changes. Those changes do affect your body odor. During pregnancy, listen, sometimes I had to take a couple extra trips to the bathroom because I was just sweaty and hot. So I'm going to go and, I'm going to hit them underarms. Do it, especially if you live in a hot place like Georgia and it's 100 degrees sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. For those of us who may be a little more ample breasted, man, hit up under them guys. Give them a little drive by too. All that in that area. Clean that up. Clean that up. Ladies, women should be hairless besides head, eyelashes, and eyebrows, in my opinion. And that's what we live by. But let's clean all this up. Girls, they say you should own 3 bras. 3 bras. One to wash, one to wear, and one to have hanging up. At least 3. I understand everybody ain't able, okay? But I would suggest, if you're fortunate enough to be able to just go to Walmart and get you a bra, go to Kohl's and get you a bra, then by all means do that. But if you are not fortunate enough for that, get correctly sized. Like, get correctly sized, find out your exact measurements, and spend a couple of dollars on at least 2 good ones. You need at least 2 good ones. One can be washed, one can be worn. And nobody got to know that you only got 2. If you take care of them, a good bra can last for a long time if you take care of it. That means not putting it in the dryer. Not putting it in the dryer. Y'all got to stop that. Stop putting your bras in the dryer. That's how they get worn out so fast. And then you sit there like, dang, I need some more. If you would take care of the stuff you have, it'll last longer. Stop putting your bras in the dryer. If you can't, like, sometimes I put them in a bag, sometimes I don't. Wash them by hand if you have to. Our Latina sisters and cousins, they put their pantalones in the showers with them. I don't know, like, why, but I'm not mad at that idea. Especially, if you running low on panties, get in the shower, put them panties in the shower and wash them. Why not? Like, we get so caught up because certain things that our parents, our grandparents, our great grandparents did to get by have been looked down upon, when the fact of the matter is a lot of us are kind of in that same financial condition that they were in. It's just that it's 2022 and we got more colors and lights to everything to make you forget the situation. But it's still the same situation. Poor, struggling, trying to figure out how to make it. But life goes on. You know what I'm saying? We have to figure out how to make the best of what we have in hopes of being better for our future generations. That's what it's all about. It's not about us. I thought cavities come from sugar. Yes, cavities do come from sugar, but they also come from meat. Having food stuck in between your teeth is what causes cavities. I'm sorry. I just been ignoring the IG. I'm so sorry, y'all. So what was I saying? Okay, where were we? We talked about We talked about the navel. I hope y'all out there cleaning your navel. And listen, I'm not, this is not an area I have personal expertise in. I am only able to comment on this because of being a personal witness. But it has been my experience, and from the big girls that I have had the pleasure of being around, that if you are a bigger girl, you need to check them roles. Okay, I can't testify to that, but this is what I'm been told. Wash in between there. Wash it. Get that soap up in there. That stuff holds odor too. Ladies, okay, we already talked about that area down there. She holds odor as well. You need to listen to her when she's trying to talk to you. Some of y'all are putting soap in places that soap does not belong. That is not healthy. Please stop doing that. But also at the same time, put soap in the places that it does belong, if you understand what I'm saying. And, you know, I know, some of us may have problems with foot odor, stuff like that. They have doctors for that. They have doctors for that. She said, wash and powder them. Wash and powder them girls. But they have doctors for that as well. Okay. It goes back to this, and I'm going to continue saying this. Any good man, a righteous man is looking for a woman to not just be his wife, but to also be the mother of his children. Why would he want some stanky, smelly somebody doing that job? Why? If you can't manage yourself, how are you going to manage this man and his children? Listen, my husband, for a long time, my husband had forgot how to use a vacuum. I'm not sure if he knows how to now. I think he might because of the dogs. But he didn't know how to use a vacuum. That man don't know how to use a washing machine. He cannot. I'm almost willing to bet money that he can. No, he can. My bad. He can because he do that. Okay. Sporadically he does that. No, he just learned how to do that. He just learned how to do that. I'm trying to think. I don't know. My husband does a lot, but I must say, for the most part, like my husband don't cook his own food. My husband don't really wash his own clothes. He might throw a load or two in there if he getting impatient, waiting on me to do it. Like, come on, girl, do this laundry. um, but he don't. Besides his taking care of his physical self, my husband does not do much of his own self care. Like this man won't even put on lotion by himself. Like, I have to put lotion on him. Okay. But could you imagine if he met me and I was some kind of ashy hot mess? You can't take care of you. How you gonna take care of me? And as much as we don't want to realize it, like, that's the woman's specialty is the aesthetic, the beautification, the odor. Like, that is your specialty. This is what you're supposed to be worried about. What happened? We had some family coming over and they had not seen our house yet. And what did I ask my husband to do? I had asked him to do something I needed him to do inside the house. And I was like, I don't want our family judging me, because of whatever. And he was like, it shouldn't be a problem, blah, blah, blah. And I had to explain to him, listen, people judge you by the outside of the house. When they pull up and see the house, that's all Mr. Mono. But when they come into the house, that is all Miss Mono. So could you please help? You know what I mean? That, like, I had to put it that way to make him understand, like, just like you take joy in providing this for your family, I take joy in providing that for our family. I know how to do all that stuff, but all praises to the Most High. You do it now. Now you do it all for me. So I forgot. You be at, and yes, it's my fault. I got him that way. And I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it. So yeah, the whole thing about health and hygiene. And we're going to get to wellness next week because I want to cover not just physical wellness, mental wellness, emotional wellness. I want to cover all that stuff. So we're going to talk about wellness next week. But this week, when we're talking about health and hygiene, I just want y'all to keep these things in mind. Please send this to someone, okay? And don't send it in the spirit of being mean. But if a sister is coming for you to you for help and you don't know how to have this conversation, please send this to her. Oh, another thing I forgot to explain. Listen, ladies, how can I say this? Okay. Your cycle causes different changes in the behavior of your vagina. I'm trying to use real words, okay? Your cycle causes different changes in the behavior of your vagina. So it's not just important to have sanitary pads for that time of the month. There are products such as panty liners that can be used throughout the month. And these products will also help to prevent odor, moisture accumulation, different kinds of irritation, stuff like that. DIY vaginal wash, Dr. Brown. I love Dr. Bronner's aloe vera and coconut wash. Oh, okay. I didn't know anything about that. So yes, please consider that as well. Like if you have issues down there, let me just say this. If y'all please forgive me, but I need to have this conversation. I'm trying to be as couth about it as I possibly can, but I need to have this conversation. Ladies, if you take your panties off and they are soiled in the front, I'm not talking about the back. The back, that's a whole nother area. We're going to get to that. But if your panties are soiled in the front, when you take them off, you need to see about getting panty liners. First, you need to get a panty liner. Yes, because that will provide immediate relief. But then you need to make an appointment to see about that, to make sure it's just your natural body occurrences and not something else. But I'm surprised at how many women don't know about this product. Get the unscented ones. Don't get anything with any fragrances. You don't need that stuff. That stuff is just even more irritating. So unscented panty liners are amazing. Please look into those. Hello. Okay. So it's my cue to wrap up, y'all. Thank you so much for kicking it with me tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank y'all so much. How you gonna talk while I'm talking? Stop. Paxton, stop. Where's Atticus?
Watching us on TV.
Oh, thank you, Paxton. I gotta say goodbye to the people. What happened to your shirt? What you eat?
Dad ordered us. He bought us some food.
Dad buying food. I'm going to go eat. No, thank you so much for kicking it with me this evening. Please give me a follow on IG, TikTok, Facebook, the social media platform of your choosing at The Wife of Mono. Please give my lovely, wonderful husband a follow on your favorite social platforms at Monologue McGad. Let's see. Oh, y'all. Okay, we are on Puppy Watch. I don't know if I've been told y'all, but we are on Puppy Watch. We are waiting for Shira to drop the pup. Give us a follow at Mono's Westside Bullies. We will be keeping you updated on the pups on that network. Thank you. She said you're handsome. Say thank you.
Living super clean. Daddy came up. Can't control us.
That's
One
not
time for the
Dad.
man doing everything. Just friends to the team, living super clean. 3 times for my folks that came up.
You call everybody beautiful princess.
One time for the
Yeah. Why you turn the music off? Oh, speaking of music, stop it. Stop, little boys. Speaking of music, Just Hold On is available on all streaming platforms. Let me put it up for y'all just in case y'all go searching. Want to make sure you're looking at the right thing. Who's that? Who that?
Daddy?
That's Daddy. So make sure y'all go download it, play it again and again and again. Play it on silent while you sleep. Share it. Send it to your friends and family. Is y'all gonna let me talk or y'all gonna end the show? Y'all like taxing here? I did it yesterday.
I don't like it there.
Nobody else.
I don't like it there.
All right, on behalf of the entire House of Mono, the kids of the House of Mono, the dogs of the House of Mono, the leader of the House of Mono, we thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you. You are not the leader of the House of Mono. That's Daddy. What are you, boy? Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. They down here pushing buttons. Mo Chams, Adrian Pinckney, my wonderful husband. Thank y'all so much for interacting with me. I love it. Divine Lee, I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank y'all so much. Shalom and shalom. Shabbat shalom to you if you're on the West Coast and you're still in the lunar Sabbath. Look, if you're on Friday, Saturday, I wish you a peaceful Sabbath. I wish you a peaceful Sabbath this weekend. I got it downloaded as soon as I got up the morning it dropped. Thank you so much.
One time for the men doing cane thing.
The Just Hold On gift boxes are available to the public now. They're posted on my husband's social media. We are asking $50, shipping included for the box. It includes the whole album on thumb drive, a t-shirt, a thank you letter from the House of Mono, and an autograph photo, and a pair of Zeets. I'm sorry, not a pair, a set of Zeets for Zeets. I'm making them by hand, okay, y'all? So it's legit for real. You want to say bye? We about to go. These kids done came in here and do it all out. You gonna say bye-bye? Are you gonna say goodbye? All right, y'all. We gotta go. Be on the lookout for their podcast soon. No, hey. I'm sorry. All right, y'all. Shalom. I love you. Good night.
If it ain't for you, then. If you a lame or a sucker, wanna dress you then. Grown up now, bump the childish ways. Got a wife and a bunch of kids to raise. Punch a clock side, hustle or a business you endure to ensure that all the bills is paid. Slow clap for your homeboy. Could've turned out like your homeboy. Being on the same block, cooking up the same rock on the cell block.